Hello, everyone. Welcome to Financeology 101. Class is now in session. The information provided during this podcast is just that, information. You will need to do further research to address your specific situation. Enjoy the session. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Gifted Generations Presents Financeology 101. I am one of your hosts, Robin Seegers, and your other host is.
Elroy Seekers.
So, welcome back. I guess we can say welcome back because we've been gone for a minute. We take the summers off and enjoy ourselves. So, this is the first live stream podcast for the fall, and we decided to go with PII. And I know you're probably wondering what is PII and how does it impact finances? Okay, PII is personally identifiable information. I'm going to say that again. Personally identifiable information like your name,
Yep. Let's get some examples.
your social security number, your date and place of birth, your mother's maiden name, your biometric records. Oh, what is biometric records? Your fingerprints. Now they have software to scan your face.
You go to the airport, you do the
Yeah,
eyeball scan.
yeah,
Eyeball scan.
yeah.
Face scan.
Your retinal scan.
Yeah, does that.
I mean, it's all sorts of ways to get your identity. And this information is what we use to apply for loans, credit cards, all sorts of information. So when you hear companies saying that their system has been hacked, guess what those people are getting? All this information. They getting all this information because then they'll turn around and use it to open up all sorts of loans and credit cards and all sorts of stuff. And they're left with proving that that wasn't you. So now you on the hook for all this money that somebody stole. Now you have to pay somebody to help you clear it up, and it can take years.
All kinds of scams too to try to gather the information from you. They piecemeal things together.
Yeah.
Dumpster diving in your trash.
Yes. Yes.
One thing that we do here is that when even stuff that's like just got a name on it, and we're gonna either we shred it. If we don't shred it, we put in the trash can. What you call those things that block?
They're called guard your ID. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's called guard your ID. And what it is they make these like rollers or these stamps that have all these alphanumeric prints on it. So when you roll it over or stamp your whatever that information is, you can no longer read it.
And here's what people always forget. A lot of times they just like, let's say you buy something from a store and you may order something online and it comes and you just cross out your name. I cross out everything, the little scan bar, who they came from. I just make sure the whole label is just non-readable. You can't leave anything up for grabs information because there's some smart people out there. That's why they call hackers.
You have people that's do.
Yep.
That's all they spend 24/7, 365 trying to figure out how they can get this information and use it. So like Elroy said, we are, when you get junk mail where it's give you a confirmation number to join this, that, and the other, or a credit card, or them fake checks and all of that. Anything that my name is on and has a barcode, any kind of registration code, confirmation code, you probably like, that's over the top. I use those guard your ID stamps or rollers and go through all of that. I go through, open up the mail, and I go through page to page to make sure my name, because they stick your name on all throughout the mail. I make sure the names are covered up. I make sure the any barcodes, any kind of confirmation numbers, all of that is covered up because people spend their time getting that information. And if they get one piece, then they get another piece, then they get another piece.
Yep.
they didn't got your ID.
Yeah, I know a lot of times people get mixed up with what PI is, the difference between PI and personal data.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I give a definition of that, not my understanding or interpretation. So let me read to you the difference between the two. It says here, basically, it says here, PI is the difference between PI and person data is it the difference between a person it tells let me say it again. Let me start it over. Why personal data identifies any information related to a individual, what PII is information that relates to your private information about you. So personal data it can be your race, ethnic origin,
Your gender.
political opinions,
Mm-hmm.
your background beliefs, your trade, union memberships, generic data. That's what personal data is. It does not identify
Who
social
you
security
are.
number, your first name, last name, social security number. That's the difference between personal data and PI. One says I'm living and this is what I exist, and the other PI is information about me, first name, last name, social security number, home address type thing.
Right. And just to give you some examples
Mm-hmm.
of people stealing, and this is personal examples.
Okay.
My son has a name that could be either male or female.
Yep.
And one of his jobs, l- long time ago, let the file cabinet, the personnel file cabinet, unlocked, unsecure. And a young lady worked there, went through the files, found his information, took it, and went and started applying for credit. However, we have a system in place that that
Detects.
we deal with the companies, and you can look up different companies that help you protect your information. We deal with a company that protects our information, and we keep it locked,
Right.
so if anybody runs anything against our names, they can't get anywhere
Yep.
because the information is locked, and you have to go through certain credit bureaus and credit this. And if we have you have your information locked, they can't get any further than that. And that's what happened. That young lady tried to open up credit cards in his name within hours of getting his information, and we started getting notified.
Yep.
And
Stalking.
yeah, and it stopped right then and there. The second instance, once again, with this son, doctor's office called because they couldn't get a hold of him because he takes specialized medicine and they needed to get him a refund. The doctor's office called me and started asking me what is his social security number, trying to verify who I am. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you his social security number. Who are you? You called me. How do I know who you say you are?
Right. Right.
And she couldn't understand. I was like, you're not getting it. You called me. You want me to verify who I am. I don't even know who you are.
Yep.
So I never gave her information. I said no. She kind of got frustrated with me, but I was like, you got to think about what you just did.
Right.
So I just told her, no, I'll have him call the doctor's
Right. That's
office
what I was
and
ready to
get it
say.
fixed. I said, so because I'm not giving you his information because you could be anybody.
I was ready to say that. 'Cause a lot of times they may say, "Well, I have information. Can you verify?" Yeah, that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
now you just verify your name with that social security number. Never give out information when
Mm-hmm.
someone calls you.
That's
And if they
right.
give you a number, call us back at this number.
Nope.
If it ain't a number you don't recognize, don't call it back.
I wouldn't even call. I would look
It's
up a
it's it's
number.
just it's
Mm-hmm.
just a scam to try to scare you. You hear about it all the time on TV, but we still get fooled on scams, and it's all about uh, trying to trick people. And today's information with AI, oh,
Mm-hmm.
anybody can be made to sound like somebody, look like somebody. They just need a little bit of information, and then they can just pull more from you, faking information, faking someone's name or voice. So you got to be very careful to protect yourself. Now, it may happen, everything is not 100% sure, but you want to try to put things in place that can safeguard you from that. Because one thing about a hacker, they're going to always attack the least information to get to you. It's like saying, I have an alarm in my house. Why should I try to break into a house with an alarm and next door there's no alarm, windows open? I'm going to go to the house with no alarm, windows open, go in here and I need to come on out. The one that has an alarm, I'm leaving that alarm because that's a little bit too much trouble to try to do anything. Hackers are the exact same way. It's the least resistance that they're going to try to get to first. Why spend more time with those protected? You may have some good stuff protected, you may not, but I'm not going to waste my time. Hackers just move on to the next thing. So if you put something in place you're less likely to be attacked. Not saying you won't, but you're less likely to be attacked.
Now, here's some of the things you can put in place. Like I said, get yourself one of those guard your ID, and that's the actual name of the company.
Yeah.
Google it, guard your ID, order some of those supplies to go through your mail. If you don't have that, shred your documents.
Right.
Shred your buy a shredder. Another thing,
Buy a good one that goes straight up and down, the one that's like a jaggedy edge, and
right, the one that really slice and dice it up.
Exactly.
Also, go every year, twice a year. I know it's here and it's probably all over.
Right.
Spring and fall, they have shredded events where companies sponsor the DOJ, North Carolina DOJ sponsors. State Employees Credit Union sponsors one. Different cities sponsors, where you can bring all your documents that you want to get rid of in a trash bag, and they have those huge shred trucks locate on the location there. They don't take your bag and then drive to the another place to shred it. They shred it right there on site. I do that twice a year. I clean out files. Twice a year, I do that. In between those events, I shred and I use my guard your ID. So be thinking about that. Also, when you think about your computers, when you need some software, pay the money to secure your computers.
And phones.
Yes, and when they give you updates to install on your phone and your smart devices, put the updates on your stuff.
Make you a quick question. Do you think browser history is PII?
What do you think?
I asked the question.
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just asking a rhetoриcal question, and you was going to turn around and answer.
I'm asking you.
It could, because it gives you a tracking of what you.
That girl, you IT special.
Because it can track the things that you're looking for and the things you're searching for, and then just start piecing things together. Because a lot of times your computer remembers your name and start filling in those fields.
Yep. So you got it. You said it.
So you have to have the software to protect your computer, software to protect your smart devices. Also, RFID tags. They are radio frequency ID tags that you put in. You can put your credit cards in. You can get them at the bank. They lost. You can buy those on social media. I'm not social media, online too. Find RFID sleeves and pouches where you slide your credit debit card
ones
in.
You can do like Wi-Fi payments and Google payments on your phones and stuff.
Right.
Because what you tell me one time
because
happened? So somebody was in the line and they was able to scan information and gather.
Right. The lady was in line, and of course she had her debit card in her purse. She did not have it in one of those sleeves. One of those sleeves will prevent your information from emitting.
Right.
Wasn't even at the cash register yet. And no, she was at the cash register, but she hadn't pulled it out. And it had already pulled it from her account. She hadn't tapped nothing, scanned, slid it in the lower slot, nothing. It was still in her wallet. And she could figure out. The lady said, "Okay, you're done." And she like, "How? I didn't even put my card out." It had pulled her information. It emitted the information to the little kiosk thing that you check out, and already took the money from the account.
Yep. It is.
So those sleeves, look them up. RFID tags or sleeves or pouches. Look it up online. You can put your passport in it, because your passport have codes on it that can be pulled. Those strips and those chips in your debit and credit card can be scanned and pulled. We had a lady tell us at the bank, and I mean she got really indignant with us. That's secure. That's secure. No. She was upset because we wanted our son's money back because somebody scanned his card and then used that information and created another card and used it. And she's like, "No, those are secure." And they're
not.
With they had it on TV that those things are not secure.
So, you just got to do what you can to guard against theft. A lot of people think about burglars in your house. Now you got online burglaries. You have, when you're out the store, burglaries. When you walking in the line, you can be walking down in a parking lot. You got people out in the parking lot scanning
Yep.
scanning for information as you
Mhm.
use them. Because think about it, as soon as you, like my wife is saying, when you start scanning those things, you're admitting something. Somebody can
Mhm.
be 10 feet from you.
Mhm.
While you're admitting that, they're sitting there receiving information.
Yep.
And then I like my wife do. She never puts a pin number
Nope. I
in
never
the
use a pin
when
number.
she goes to the store. She always hit the enter and let it use the credit,
Mhm.
type stuff. And then a lot of times we're using a lot of credit versus
The
debit
debit.
cards because you got some protection against theft with your credit card. Now you do with your debit card too, but it's your real time money and you can get it back. It's just going to take a little bit longer and more complicated to get it back versus a credit card. Be like, hey, that wasn't me. Take the money off, and you get your money back, type thing. So there are some advantages to those things, but PII is something that is yours. It
Yeah,
belongs to you.
that's you. This is how we identify
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
Also, another thing to think about Wi-Fi. When
Hmm.
you go to these different
I
places
don't
and
use them. Don't
you
use them.
have your system automatically to Wi-Fi, you think you doing something, you
Hmm.
saving your data.
Hmm.
Because everybody on that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
guess what? The hack is on that too.
And here's what the hackers do. Let's say you go to a hotel called Robin and Roy's Hotel, right? And we call it Robinson Roy Wi-Fi. Somebody gonna set the Wi-Fi Robinson Roy Wi-Fi number two. But, oh, they got one and two. Let me connect to number two. You ain't connecting to ours. You connect to somebody else that's 10 blocks away, whatever. And now you're using their Wi-Fi on their network and they're capturing your every keystroke.
Hmm.
We use our data plan or we use our own personal hotspot because it's locked to our phone. I don't ever use anything like that. I just avoid it as much as possible because it's just accident waiting to happen, getting out information because you never know. Sometimes you just forget what you're doing on your own phone. Oh, I'm gonna be cautious. I'm gonna be careful. And next you know, you log into your and then somebody's gonna capture your information.
Hmm.
Like I said, that PI it belongs to you, not
Hmm.
to others. But if you don't protect it like you protect your own home, then you're setting yourself up for failure, to be exposed, and a lot of headache and sometimes it can financially ruin you because it will cost you more money to fix the issue than for you to stop somebody from doing it. So yes, we pay something monthly, but I'd rather pay monthly a fee than someone than not paying and then somebody charge me tens and thousands of dollars to prove what they stole and created of me is not me.
And do this for your kids too, especially if
Mm-hmm.
they at the age where they young adults or they getting close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Protect their information as well.
Yep.
Also, going back to the hotels, we never turn in our hotel room key because
Never.
guess what? On those strips
It's your
is your
information,
credit card
your
information.
name,
It's tied
address.
when they swipe it, they tie it to your room,
Yep.
which your room now has your credit card information on
Yep.
file.
Yep.
So we never give those. Ask me, don't they get? No, we never give them back
Yep.
because we don't know if they gonna wipe them clean or they forget or they drop it and somebody else pick it up and now they can scan and
Mm-hmm.
get our address, our names, our credit card.
Yep.
All of that is on there.
It's all kinds of ways. Just got to be more cautious than less cautious, and just be wise to what's out there because there's people out there that's
That's all
wa-
they do.
waiting for you,
All they do.
watching and waiting for you. Just
And this could impact your financial future
mhm.
for years to come.
Even your license,
Years.
yeah, the thing on the back of your license, that's a code.
Mm-hmm.
Because now,
Mm-hmm.
now when you go to the store, they say, if you're a veteran, if you're in the database, just scan the back of your license and you scan the back of your license. I'm like, dang, everything has
Yeah.
scans on it nowadays, boy. It's like you can't get away from it. I mean, forget your fingerprint. That's like, we need your fingerprint. We need everything else about you. And it's out there. It's amazing where we're going with today's technology and how we're advancing. But the more we're advancing, the more acceptable we're going to be to people stealing information from us. What was they saying about cars being hacked?
Yeah.
And I was laughing because my truck is everything manual, the windows, no sunroof, nothing digital. I said, well, they can't hack my truck. So I'm like, woo, I still got this truck. So it's great to have those cars, all the information, but then now taking that information that you plug in where you're going, it's just amazing how they're using the information to track you and know what you're doing, everything about you, and they're taking the information and they said
They
when
selling it.
right, because you were saying I agree to
Mm-hmm.
allow these people to use information in my car and to use it for
Yep.
X, Y, and
A
Z.
lot of agreements and things that
Mhm.
we sign, we don't realize because
And they
be
say, and they
honest.
say, they say, when you they said there's a clause in there saying they're not going to use it for this right. It's
Mm-hmm.
for the clause is just for them to get away of saying, oh, we didn't use it for that, but it was used for this purpose, and we did say the person who get it cannot use it for that. It's like they'll use any little clause to get them out of trouble, but the clause is what you're looking for because that's how they're going to use it.
Right, because our information is being sold and bought
Yeah,
every day,
yeah,
every day,
yeah, yeah.
and that's why you hear a lot of these businesses being hacked, and then they sending you letters, and they
Mm-hmm.
giving you
Yep.
what is it what's the companies they trying to tell you to protect your stuff? The different credit bureaus.
TransUnion,
Yeah, yeah.
Credit
So they
Union,
trying to get
Equifax,
you, but our information is floating out
Experian.
there all the time.
Yeah. And you can lock your credit for 6 months to a year. I think if you suspect any activity, you can if you got one of those credit unions on those credit people online, you can do it online, or you can just email them, call them, lock your card, says your card for I think 30 days, 6 days, 90 days. I can't remember the length that you can do it for, but they'll lock your credit for you if you suspect some kind of activity. Uh, One good thing is also good to do. People don't think about this when you're traveling and you're going overseas, something like that. You want to lock your credit while you out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because you out of country, tell me, are you gonna be applying for a credit card?
No.
So why did it say, no, I'm gonna lock my credit, lock everything down. You lock your house up, but you leave your credit wide open. Leave all your PI wide open. So why don't you think about, hey, let me just say lock my credit down for the next 6 months, and they will contact you if someone tries to create an account in your name.
Mm-hmm.
This should be notified. Now if you overseas, you ain't worried about everything's with you. Take care when you get back. But a lot don't think about when they're traveling out of the country to do those extra steps to make sure you're safeguarded, not just against your home, but against your PI, against your credit card, against your personal information that someone can sell, buy, and steal from you.
So this was something we felt that we should start with because I don't think is talked about enough, or I don't know if anybody ever talks about
Uh,
protecting that information because that's your financial
yeah, it is.
um your financial information that you use for everything,
Yep.
everything, not in just finances.
Right.
The doctor's office, this office, that office, this is the information they use to identify you. So if you don't protect it, and you might be like, "Oh, y'all being anal." I'm so anal that we still have a landline in our house because I
Yep.
do not like using my cell phone when I need to talk to somebody and give out my social security number. Because, and you're like, "What in the world, Robin?" Because our cell phones is Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
It's wireless, so people
people
can
listening to it.
hack that and
Yep.
listen,
Yep.
and you giving out all your information over that.
Yep.
I do not, and sometimes I do have to do it because I might not
Yep.
be home,
Yep.
and I cringe. Oh my goodness, I cringe. There's times I've called people on my cell phone in the house, and I say I'm hanging up, and I'll call you back, and I'll go get on the landline, and not a cordless phone, the actual plug-in landline,
Yep. She does.
and talk to them because I heard stories of people that struggle with getting that stuff fixed.
Struggle bus.
Your whole identity is gone. Somebody else has taken it, and now you're left with, I mean, they could be committing crimes in your name,
Mm,
and you got to prove it wasn't you.
mm, mm.
So this was just to get your juices flowing to start looking at how you can protect your personal information,
Yep.
the steps you need to take. You might not go as far as we do, but you can take
It's
some
just
steps, even if it's just start with shredding.
yep. Just prick your skin to be aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah.
guess we can wrap it up so I can give all our posting.
Yes.
So of course, we have the podcast, and one way to follow the podcast is actually go to the website, which is giftedgenerations-llc.com/podcast. And of course, we on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and we also can be found at Financeology 101 on all those outlets. Facebook, our handle is Gifted Gen LLC. Instagram is gift.gen, and YouTube is Gifted Generations LLC. So, and Twitter is something new that we started. Well, my wife is doing a great job in posting. It's Gifted Gen 2019. So follow us, like us. It's good. Sorry about that. It's a lot of good information. I always say we can share and like everything else, but we can't share anything like that's going to make us better.
Right,
And
right,
that's
right,
something we just pass right by. Also, want to mention that our app is out there. It's in the Play Store. It's called Bags of Money. So go ahead and download it. It's a great app. It helps you with your tracking your financial expenses and day to day expenses. It is not attached to any bank because we're talking about PII. So there's no information you need to put in your bank. It's something that like an electronic checkbook, and it has two registers, right? Right? I get those
mm,
mixed up, y'all. I say registry. Registers. It has an income register and checking register. They're totally separate, but it does keep your checking amount balance based on your income and your spending habits on recurring spending bills like water bill, light bill, mortgage, and car payment. It posts in your in the register automatically for you, so you can kind of like put the non things, the frequency things to update it. But it's a great app. You will love it. It'll be able to track how much money you have in your account. It does future projections, months and weeks and days on the road. So what's today's date? Day is September the 12th. You can say, what, how much money do I have in my bank on December the 15th? You scroll to December the 15th, and it kind of can tell you based on your spending habits, this is how much money you're going to have in your bank or how much you are not having in your bank. So it's a great little app. It gives you a home page that tells you your checking balance, your savings balance, how much money you have surplus or shortage or surplus or shortage on the homepage. I know it's an app that can help you out individually, help out families, but it can't help you out unless you download it.
right,
So check it out. Check us out. We've been working very hard on this thing, and we're trying to do even more bigger things with the app. It's just everything takes time and money.
right. And to just piggyback on what he said, it it's up to you to put in the data
Right.
for the app.
Right.
You have to put in your accurate data for you
Right.
get accurate information.
Right.
And once you put it in, it extrapolates all the way out months and months out,
Right.
so that
Right.
if you say I get paid every 2 weeks and you put it in, it will start showing up every 2 weeks
For
on
you.
the app.
Right.
If monthly bills, weekly things,
Right.
it'll show every week, every month.
Right.
So it once you put it in once and you tell the frequency of it,
Right.
it extrapolates out.
Right.
And like he said, so we want to say this again. It's not tied to your bank account.
Yep.
We did that specifically because we want to have that
PII out there.
right, because that's very serious information
Right.
that we didn't want to be responsible for.
Yeah.
So we did not tie. Also, we did not tie to your bank account because we want you to be engaged.
Accountable.
And because now you have to put the information
Yep.
in. Now you have to check it. Now you have to, because now we really don't do those things. We just swipe and go, swipe and go.
Yep.
So now this app will help you track your spending habits and the income and the savings, but you have to do something. You have to be engaged and be a part of the
Yeah,
process.
well,
So
it has a payday come down. So when you put your payday in there, it lets you know 13 days of payday, 12, 11, 10, 9 paydays a day type thing. So it's a good app. We put a lot of
it's a great app.
yeah, awesome app, I should say. We put a lot of effort into this thing, a lot of thought into this app. It's based on the foundation of what Rob and I have done for our whole entire marriage. So the app is just taking an Excel spreadsheet, turning it into and having the exact same principle. So it's nothing new that we've done, something we can speak to. We do all the time. We also offer financial coaching. For anybody needs financial coaching, you can go to our website and you can schedule a consultant time with us. And then you like what we're saying, like what we're hearing, you can go ahead and schedule some time with us moving forward. So we're available to help out individual groups too. So we come out to your place, church, school, whatever you want us to do. We can also put on a presentation one day, 1 hour, all weeks. We have a whole plan that we have. I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say my wife. I'm like, that's some good stuff right there, girl. So she has done a great job putting the package together. All for things that our beliefs and what we've done over the years.
Right. So we just want everyone to be engaged in their financial future.
Right.
So
So look us up. Gifted Generations dash LLC. And don't forget that dash.com. Okay.
all righty. Thanks
All
everyone.
right. Have a
And we'll
good
be
night.
talking to you soon.
All right.
Well, thank you for tuning in to our podcast, Financeology 101. I hope you enjoyed this session and the information provided will assist you on your financial journey. Until next time, be financially engaged.